This very important conversation where we reviewed the manifestos of the two major political parties. We talked about who was actually close to convincing you, to get their vote in December. Yeah, lots of you shared your thoughts and all of that. Some were not impressed. I mean, a lot of people were not impressed with any of the things that the two major political parties were saying. I gave you the chance to tell me what we really need to hear. What Ghana really needs. Right? Well, it seems people are growing wary of the two major political parties. And that's really from the conversation that we had last week, because it looks like nobody was very impressed with NPP or NDC. It's like the same old rhetoric and da-da-da-da-da. So today I want to find out, do you think we need something new? Do you think Ghana needs something new? We have alternatives, luckily. I mean, this weekend, the new force led by Nana Kwame Bediako also presented his virtual policy, articulating about 12 pillars that his proposed government will hinge on and all of that. I don't know what your thoughts are. Do you think we really need a new, well, for want of a better word, force, right? But this is very ambiguous. I use force in that way. You know what I mean? Do you think we really need a new force, or just something new, or probably a whole different dispensation? I don't know what your thoughts are about this. I mean, yesterday, I don't know whether you followed what the leader of the new force actually shared as well. Alan Kyerematen has also suggested many things that he hopes to do if he is elected to lead the country. Plans to address graduate unemployment when voted into power. One of the many things that he wants to do. Constitutional reforms, job for the youth, innovations to transform the economy. I mean, you're hearing different ideas, and ideas that probably are quite different from what maybe the NDC and the NPP offer. Nana Kwame Bediako says, look, I have 12 pillars for economic growth as well. Reserves, National Sovereign Wealth Fund, SNIT Revolution, industrification. He wants to raise Ghana's first $50 billion. Charlie, you're hearing all of these things. What are your thoughts? Do you think an alternative is best suited for Ghana right now? I just want to hear what your thoughts are this afternoon. Call me 0302216541. Or like some people will say, the devil you know is better than the angel you don't know, huh? Should we stay with the script? Should we stay with our NDC and NPP? Or you think that we all need to collectively come together and say, look, Charlie, we've tried these two major political parties. Can we get the CPP to give them a good run for their money? Probably get the CPP in power? Or you think maybe a young leader like Nana Kwame Bediako or maybe Alan Kyerematen will offer a better alternative? I don't know what your thoughts are. Let's hear you. 0302216541. You can WhatsApp me on 055-1111-997. Okay, let's see who's here. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, bro, how are you?
Super awesome as always.
Nice. What's your name?
Jonas, Tim Crying.
Okay, Jonas, talk to me.
Monkey, baby monkey no fine, but in mommy still they love him. So, yes, so we may have 12 pillars, 15 pillars, 10 pillars. But the issue is this. Whatever number of pillars we're going to have, all these persons are stemming and actually coming out from all of these, I mean, both of these parties anyway, two major parties, NPP and NDC. And so for me, it is both the NDC and the NPP. And then the deliberateness of the electorate in demanding way beyond what we demand from them all the time, with the thought that if they're doing us, if they are actually churning out their plans and what have you, and then they're able to do some things in our country, it's an indication that they are doing us a favor. I think we should move away from this crumbs, just expecting crumbs from our leaders into getting the real deal from them, so that they know that the illiterates are not just supposed to be taken for granted.
How do we do that?
These 12 pillars and what have you, my boss, if we tweak a few of the other pillars that we already have, we're already there.
Jonas, how do we demand this accountability that you're talking about, Ned? How do we not settle for the crumbs that you talk of?
Well, wherever we find ourselves, I think that that's unfortunately where we don't get it right. Because you see, in our various homes, in our various constituencies, when people come and they tell you, for instance, I have told people that, why do we not demand that our politicians show us quality in our enrollment as compared to showing us just enrollment in our various educational, institutions? So if, for instance, our political parties come telling us that, we've been able to increase enrollment from 100,000 to 300,000, and we just accept it that way. No. Our demand should be that instead of getting us 300,000 learners, we should actually have 300,000 learners who, however, have all the facilities that are deserving, of a standard like that. And then we should probably have like 25 children in the class with the teachers available, because you see, everything has pointed to the fact that present or former governments, have the money. The money is available, but we engage in so much profligacy, we engage in so much philandering that at the end of the day, we can't see what is really happening in our country.
Okay.
Those are the areas that we need to tackle. And the fact that when you work with various institutions, you demand from your leaders that are there, whether it's in your school, whether it's in your, in your hospital or what have you, tell them you need to get this thing right. It's not mediocrity.
Right.
Well, I think that we are overly worshipping mediocrity in our country, and that's the major problem that we have. That's why everybody can just get up and say, I want to be the president, I want to do that.
Okay.
We should go way beyond that.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, Jonas. I'm grateful that you called in with your thoughts on this. Yeah? 0302216541. You can WhatsApp me on 055-1111-997. Hello?
Yeah, Papa Leslie, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well.
I'm well. How are you?
I'm also strong with the grace of God.
All right. Talk to me, man.
Yeah, for me, even the two major political parties who have grounding, who have a very, stepping stone, sometimes they talk, they deceive us. And these young ones, they don't have anything to offer us. They are not strong political parties that we should rely on. Someone like Kyerematen, he has gone down too low because he should have resigned earlier, far earlier, to move on his own, but not at a time that you expected to be voted for, to be the flag bearer, and you didn't get it. Then you say they are not correct, so you won't be with them. For him, it's a total failure. And then Kwame Bediako also just jobbing. He's just jobbing.
But he has shared some ideas, hasn't he?
The ideas are fantastic, but the execution is the problem.
How are you sure he's not going to be able to execute them?
No. See, Pakwesi Indum was having a lot of experience as a politician, but he even couldn't survive. So I don't see anybody coming to change things. So definitely, it's NDC MPP. Both have deceived us, but for me, I think one of them is a bit better than the other. So they are the two that we will consider, not these young ones that we don't know what they have to offer.
Okay. Thank you so much for your thoughts. Yeah, 0302216541. Hello.
Like this.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Ade, boss. How are you?
Chale, me a ball.
You ball.
A ball.
Why you ball?
Some of your contributions, like my good brother that just finished saying his mind. You see, if you can appreciate the person at the idea level, that he has brilliant ideas, then you can trust him for the next level, the execution. You understand? Because we haven't gotten there. So if you want to brush him off, where are we? However, I am not by this saying that, by this endorsing him in any way. You understand? But factually, I wanted to answer to how do we get them to give us what we deserve and not these crumbs. Like this, when this government started, he started with we young hustlers who have our monies in the banks. The banks were closed down. Our businesses came to a halt. The officers were quiet, and they were watching us. They wouldn't talk. That is our problem. You understand? It went on. Now it was on them on DDP. Now they are picketing. We will not also talk. The thing is that if you are there and they are caning somebody by your side, better speak, because even if they don't finish and come to you, the cane may miss him and then get to you. Start talking. You get the thing. But our problem is that when somebody wants to talk, when somebody is pained and he wants to talk, we tag him. He's an NDC, he's an MPP. And with that tag, his idea is lost in the sea of that division, that NDC MPP division. Now, if the youngster is over ahead and then he want to air out, they will say, oh, don't speak like that to leadership. So when you do this, leadership get their way out. They know that if they do bad, nobody will say it, because if they are going to say, they will say, don't speak like that to leadership. And our problem is that we don't like mentioning names. Let's call out names. If somebody does something bad and you don't call him out, you encourage him to do more bad and discourage the person that wanted to do good. Because if you call him, if you don't call him bad, he goes to cover himself and he think he look like good when he's not good. So good and him has no difference. Call him out so that those that are behind him will see that as a warning.
Okay, so
That's
on the substantive issue that we actually tabled, you actually started off saying that we shouldn't write off the ideas of these new forces and the new alternatives that we have. Do you believe in these ideas?
Yeah. Come again. What's your last question?
Do you believe in these ideas?
Yes, I believe in those ideas. I believe in those ideas. But the thing is this. You know something? Let's just, if you bring out an idea, okay, if you bring out a conversation, a topic on a conversation, it is only productive by we those who listen to you and probably call in, isn't it?
I'm listening. I'm trying to get what you mean by that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that should you bring out a topic for a conversation, you cannot just start it and finish it at the studios by yourself.
Right.
You understand that? We have to buy into it to make it successful. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing is that they have brilliant ideas, but do they have a team, committed team, that can drive that brilliant idea? At the end of the day, they are going for this black and white.
Okay.
And the black and white is coming with the stained hands. And that is the thing. So look what, I respect New Force, but I think that even if he do not get it, he should not give up. He should continue. And one day, luck will shine on him.
So as you speak, you are not sold yet. You just like the ideas, but you are not sold as to whether you probably would want to vote for the New Force or something.
No, but why do you want to know who I'm going to vote for? My vote is my secret.
Yo, Mati. Yo. Thank you, man. I'm grateful that you called in. Okay, I think we've got another friend here. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, bro. How are you?
Yeah, good, by grace. How about you?
I'm okay, thank you. What's your name?
Emmanuel from Taisa.
Okay, Emmanuel, talk to me.
Yeah, so I think that, Ghana politics is a joke, if you ask me, especially coming from the two main parties. Now, I am not so much into their manifesto, but you see, each time they talk, it's as if, the two of them are just playing with words. They are saying the same thing in a different, form. But my issue now has to do with corruption. None of them is able to say what they will do. Especially I'm expecting Mahama to say it emphatically and be so sure of it. But don't come and tell me that when special prosecutor comes after you, you are on your own. That is not emphatic enough for me.
Okay.
And then we're talking about Shedder. I don't know what they think. I don't know the kind of research they do before they try and say they want to come out and come and contest. I wish that he would have announced his presence with some philanthropic works, so that maybe like within the 4 years or 5 years before you contest, you announce your presence. You sponsor this, you do this, because you talk about money. You say you have it. So just do those things small. Listen, it happened in Pando, what's it called? The MP at the time. This young guy, who went in as independent, was there and was with the boys, sorting them out, school fees and all that. And he did that thing for more than 4 or 5 years. He almost toppled the woman over there.
But bro, I mean, Nana Kwame, I don't know whether this counts, but I remember when the spillage happened in Mepe thereabout, he was there to visit, or that doesn't count.
That's too late. Do you know why Namwan succeeded with Ghanaians?
Tell me.
Because he built credentials. He built himself up by sponsoring certain things. So people began to believe in him, even though he had his own motives. So people began to believe, if this guy can sponsor swag or whatever it is program, then he should be able to. Getting awards from some big people, then he should be able to manage our funds.
So you think it's a little too late for Nana Kwame?
Oh, it's way too late. And in fact, if he comes back to adopt this thing, it will still be a little too late. But if somebody,
but you've made a suggestion. You've made a suggestion. Let's say, and this is just an assumption that he doesn't win this year, right? Yes, and he probably executes some of your very brilliant ideas, which includes some philanthropy. You wouldn't buy into his ideas.
The guy now he say he won't buy us, but you have to disguise yourself. Sponsor these things. Oh, it's true, and sometimes it's not so much.
I think now you're preaching trickery now because
it's not like that. But it is business. It's something you want to do. For me, if I want to enter into politics full time, I'll give myself 8 years. You get it? And then start by announcing myself, in some areas. I go to some village, I go and dig some borehole for them. Oh, Charlie, this is just for me.
But,
the little I have in my pocket.
But bro, isn't it the same kind of attitude that we complain about and say that our politicians come to us and they come bearing gifts before they want power? They come doing all these things for us, and then when they get power and they're unable to fulfill some of these other things that you expect them to, then you call them corrupt or you call them this, da.
No, that one, they have already, announced to the public that I am a politician. So I want to go into politics. So now, when you do all those things to me, you are bribing me. But when you disguise yourself, look, it is a crowd that will even say, this man, you should come and become a president. You have it at the back of your mind that this is what I want to do. So once you are doing those things, it is the society, it is the public that will even clamor for you to become president.
Do you have an example of a president or a leader who did this strategy of yours and succeeded?
I'm struggling to figure out. But
if you are struggling to, then it won't work.
I'm not tried it. If they try it will work.
Okay, I hear you, Charlie. Thank you so much, man. I'm grateful that you called. Yeah, 0302216541. Hello. Hi, sir. How are you? Yo. What's your name, sir? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Okay, 0302216541. I see lots of your messages in here. Let me just read this one. That says, Alexis, we really don't need a third party. We just need honest, incorruptible, principled, visionary leaders. A leader, yeah. A person who is proud to be Ghanaian and wants the best for Ghana, not his family and friends. Okay, MFA, have you found one of such? Tell me if you have. Hello?
Hello, Alexis.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. This is George.
George, welcome.
Thank you.
Talk to me, George.
This is a tough one. But, I will differ a little. Why am I saying this? These very politicians who are coming up strengthen us. For instance, Allah, we all know where he's coming from. Definitely, Nana Kwame belonged to some party before coming out with Apalu and the rest, all these independent. Some were CPP, and even they have metamorphosized into other political parties. Having said that, they have roots from these two main parties. We all know the NDC captured most of CPP people to metamorphosize into NDC and other revolutionary activities that came together to form NDC. And NPP came from the UGCC, UP background, blah, blah, blah. That is history for you. But having said that, I think we need to have people who are straightforward. Why am I saying this? They tell you A, and even if they can't do A, they will do A, close to the A. Not tell you A and do D. I mean, life, let's be frank. And I think the first caller made something very important. We need to press on our leaders to do the right thing. And when people do mistakes, we fail to talk. You talk, they color you. And it's wrong. That is what is happening. Sorry to say this. Our council of, is it council of chiefs or council of elders? How do they call them? Council of chiefs. They better don't exist. Trust me, they're not doing the leaders good. Especially this current one. They're not doing the leaders good. At all. People's rights are being abused. You talk, radio stations, journalists talk, people mark them, they pencil them, others are killed, others are maimed. Why are we doing this? And they come to opposition and they follow the same journalists to do their rough work for them. And when they capture political power, they take the people for granted. Why?
The Council of State will not be happy with you this afternoon.
No, they know. They know. And the Christian Council, oh boy, the Council of State is even better. and this peace, is it peace something? Peace Council. Oh, let this.
Okay.
Sorry, most of them are.
Look, you have largely digressed, okay? But I still would want to hear your thoughts on the substantive issue. You talk about, the all these political parties having roots in the two main, the two main political parties, right? So that's why we're saying now there's probably somebody who is not from any or who doesn't have roots in any of these parties, who says I have some 12 pillars that will transform the country. Are you sold?
No. The fact is that the 12 pillars will not work. Why am I saying this? That's why I gave a how do you call it, a preamble, that they all come from these political parties and they want to go independent or form their own parties. So these two political parties, what I'm saying is that all those coming out differently come from these political parties.
Okay. So
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I get you.
Comparatively, if you compare NDC and NPP, I think NDC is far better. This wickedness will not last. Come on.
Yo, George, I hear you. Well, let's leave it there, yeah? All right. 0302216541. I'll pick a couple more calls and then we can actually wrap up this conversation. It's been quite interesting hearing your thoughts on this. Alexis, we beg you, have you forgotten that it's this same try me and see that has given us King Nebuchadnezzar? Who's King Nebuchadnezzar? Who's that? Bagay, I don't understand. Hello?
Yeah, Kofi.
Kwame.
How are you?
I'm fine, Uncle. How are you too?
This is John from Laura in the Upper West region.
Okay, John, welcome.
Thank you. I want to correct this statement. NPP government have never collapsed a single bank in Ghana. It is on record. Banking sector issues started somewhere in NDC era. But NPP rather came and emerged those collapsed bank system to consolidating bank. Not a single bank have collapsed in this country by NPP. Let us put it on record. Kofi, you know something? Manifestos and issues in politics. I just want to digest some one way to the other. Look, the whole world now is moving to digitization. Am I right?
I'm listening.
Kofi, are you there?
I'm listening.
Yes. Now, 21st century, everybody wants it in a digitization way. That is the way forward. And look, it is on record that Dr. Mamadou Bawumia, his ideas, Masa, if we will say the truth, it is not about Nkoko Kitinkiti or Pampers or Pat. Let us welcome and embrace these policies. My brother, Ghana is moving forward. Look at this man, a very brain knowledge man. I am the first person in the northern sector to receive an interchange in my own northern sector territory. You understand? Look, I think that let politics go, but Bawumia is Ghana. Bawumia is coming to move Ghana forward.
Okay. Thank you. I'm grateful for your thoughts as well. Oh dear. I see lots of your messages in here. I'll read a couple of them. Ray is asking, which record is this? Is John talking about? Now, the 12 pillars can only work if he's able to sell it to small parties and they come together as a strong and formidable force, and then we can kick away MPP and NDC. And that's from Ishmael. Okay, Ishmael. Anybody who is going to spend millions of cedis to contest for an election here in Ghana is not doing it in the interest of the country. They are doing it for their own pocket interests. Come to think of it, why must you pay people's school fees and other bills before they vote for you? And we'll turn around to complain that they are corrupt. We're not serious. And that's from Anthony. And Anthony's thoughts there. Hey, look, in 2 weeks, you guys have... I don't know whether... I should say you've been more than pessimistic about the fortunes of our country, especially when it comes to, the elections and our leaders. Because last week, it didn't look like anybody was convinced about, maybe, but for John and Laura, who is very convinced about the NPP, a lot of people are not convinced about the plans of the NPP or the NDC and all. Today, I'm thinking, okay, maybe a third force or a new force or a new movement at all, whether it's Alan Kyerematen, who has also postulated some very lovely ideas, or Nana Kwame Bediako, who also has outlined some 12 pillars that he hopes to actually execute if you give him the chance. And that too doesn't sit well with you. At this point, I don't even know how we should steer this country forward. Asamo, because I don't know how we should steer this country forward. But anyway, I'm grateful that you all shared in this conversation. It's 5 o'clock. We're going to find out what's happening in news. There's more here on Joy FM.